Have you ever shared a secret, a big plan, or simply your own emotions, only to regret it afterward? Have you ever felt that the more you open up, the more you receive judgment, misunderstanding, or even lose trust in others? Buddha once said, "Silence is better than 1,000 meaningless words." Yet in today's world, with social media, messages, and live streams everywhere, keeping things to yourself seems harder than ever. We often think that sharing is a way to unburden our hearts and seek empathy. But is speaking out always a good thing? Or are there certain things in life that, the more we keep private, the more peaceful our lives become? In today's video, I'll not only revisit Buddha's profound teachings, but also share real-life stories I've experienced in both Eastern and Western cultures from my time living in Europe and America. Together, let's explore why there are things you should absolutely never share if you truly want a peaceful, happy, and fulfilling life. First, let's talk about your inner peace. Think back, how many times have you felt truly calm and centered after a vacation or a meditation session, only to have it shattered by one argument or a negative comment from someone else? Americans often say, protect your peace, guard your inner calm as your most precious asset. I remember when I first came to the US, I used to openly share my private feelings with new friends. Not everyone was understanding. Some listened, some made fun of it, and others gossiped behind my back. Buddha teaches that inner peace is not something you find outside. It's something you cultivate within through letting go and mindfulness. By constantly sharing your emotional states, you're opening the door for others to affect your soul. Like a sacred temple, your inner peace should be protected, only shared with those who truly understand and value it. Have you ever felt the urge to vent your frustrations, complain about your job, criticize someone, or talk about your misfortunes? I've made this mistake many times, especially in Europe, where people are often open and expressive. However, the more negative things I shared, the worse I felt, and I noticed it dragged others down too. In offices in Germany, France, and the US, I've seen people gradually become isolated just because they constantly complain about colleagues or talk behind someone's back. Buddha once said, "No enemy can harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts." Every negative thing you say is a toxic seed planted in yourself and others, eventually turning the environment toxic too. So before you share anything negative, ask yourself, does this help or just make things heavier for everyone? If not, maybe it's better left unsaid. In America, I've seen people post all their private struggles on social media, hoping for comfort and support. Sometimes it works, but often it backfires. Some people show sympathy, but others use those weaknesses against them or spread gossip. Buddha teaches, sharing your vulnerabilities with the right person is brave, but with the wrong person, it's foolish. In many European countries, people are very private even among close friends. Personal pain is only shared if there's total trust. Meanwhile, in Vietnam or some Asian cultures, we may overshare in search of connection without realizing not everyone is worthy of our trust. The biggest lesson I've learned, share your vulnerabilities only with those who are truly compassionate and ready to protect you, not with every well-meaning stranger online. Have you ever told friends or family about a big dream or life-changing plan, only to fail or lose momentum afterward? In the US, there's even a phrase, talking your dreams away. The more you talk about your plans, the less likely you are to follow through. Speaking about your plans too soon creates pressure, invites judgment, and sometimes even envy from others. In Nordic countries, people often work quietly, and only announce things when they're successful. Buddha taught, attachment to the future is the root of suffering. When you reveal your plans prematurely, you get caught up in expectations and are more easily shaken by others' opinions. Let your results speak for themselves, not empty promises. Have you ever helped someone and then secretly hoped for recognition or a thank you? In the US and Europe, there are many silent charities people give without publicizing their names. They believe true kindness is about giving without expecting anything in return. On the flip side, some people film or post every good deed online, making those they help feel embarrassed or used for personal gain. Buddha said, giving is the joy of the giver, not the glory of the recipient. Pure kindness comes from the heart and doesn't need recognition. When you do good without telling the world, you plant seeds of genuine blessing, keeping your spirit light and peaceful. To make this message more concrete, let me share some real-life examples. In Germany, I had a Vietnamese friend who often confided all his pressures, complaints, and private struggles to everyone around him. At first, people sympathized, but over time, they started to avoid him and gossip behind his back. The more he shared, the more lost and isolated he felt. In contrast, I had an American co-worker who always kept a calm attitude, rarely complained, even during tough times. I once asked why he didn't share much, and he said, everyone has their own story, but not everyone truly listens with their heart. Every word you say should be carefully considered, because it will affect your peace later. Another time in France, I witnessed a young friend quietly helping a homeless person, never posting it online. A year later, at a company appreciation event, someone else told the story. Everyone admired his humility and kindness. This is the most powerful example of kindness that needs no spotlight. In the end, in today's world overflowing with information, it's more important than ever to learn selective silence. Not everything should be shared. Not everyone deserves to know everything about you. What you should keep to yourself, your inner peace, negative thoughts, personal weaknesses, future plans, and your acts of kindness. Practicing silence isn't about closing yourself off. It's about protecting yourself from unnecessary storms and keeping your soul tranquil. As Buddha said, words are not the only way to transmit wisdom. Sometimes, silence is the most perfect answer. I hope through this video, you'll know how to keep your most precious things to yourself and only share with the right people at the right time. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share the video to spread these positive values with our community. Wishing you peace, mindfulness, and a truly meaningful life.